The quaint town of Delphi, Indiana, was forever scarred on February 13, 2017. What began as an ordinary day turned into a nightmare that would haunt the community for years to come. Two young girls, Liberty German and Abigail Williams, vanished while hiking on a crisp winter day. Their disappearance was a mystery that gripped the hearts of everyone in Delphi. Their bodies were found the next day, casting a pall over Delphi and sending shockwaves across the nation. The discovery of their remains in a secluded area of the forest left the community in a state of disbelief and sorrow. The search for their killer became an agonizing odyssey, marked by cryptic clues and fading hope. Investigators combed through evidence, but the trail seemed to grow colder with each passing day. Then, in a stunning turn of events, Richard Allen, a familiar face in Delphi, was arrested in 2022. The news of his arrest sent ripples through the community, as many struggled to reconcile the image of a neighbor with that of a suspect. The arrest rekindled hopes for justice. Vigils were held, and the community came together, united in their desire for closure and justice for Liberty and Abigail. However, as the trial approaches, the case has taken on new layers of complexity, revealing a tangled web of conflicting narratives and shocking theories. The courtroom drama has captivated the nation, with each new revelation adding to the intrigue. The nation watches, hoping for a resolution that will bring solace to the victims' families and restore peace to a town forever marked by tragedy. The story of Delphi is a somber reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring quest for justice. In the digital age, our devices often hold the keys to unraveling mysteries. They are silent witnesses to our lives, capturing moments that can later become crucial evidence in solving crimes. Liberty German's cell phone has emerged as a critical piece of evidence in the Delphi murders. This small device, often taken for granted, now stands at the center of a high-profile investigation. Recovered near the crime scene, the phone offers a chilling glimpse into the girls' final moments. It holds the last images and sounds they experienced, providing a haunting narrative of that fateful day. The prosecution believes the phone's contents directly implicate Richard Allen. They argue that the digital footprints left behind are undeniable and point squarely to Allen's involvement. They point to a grainy image and an audio recording, allegedly placing Allen at the scene. These fragments of data, though small, are powerful pieces of the puzzle. The defense argues that the phone's data is too unclear for definitive identification and suggests tampering. They claim that the evidence is not as straightforward as it seems and that there are many uncertainties. As the trial unfolds, experts will dissect the phone's data, attempting to extract meaning from the digital whispers left behind. Every byte of information will be scrutinized as both sides seek to uncover the truth. The jury will ultimately decide the weight of the phone's testimony in determining Richard Allen's fate. Their decision will hinge on how convincingly the digital evidence is presented and interpreted, shaping the outcome of this pivotal case. The Delphi murder case takes a chilling turn with the defense's introduction of the Odinist connection. This theory suggests that the murders were meticulously planned rituals, rooted in ancient Norse paganism. Defense attorneys point to the positioning of the victims' bodies and alleged symbols near the crime scene as potential evidence. The prosecution dismisses the Odinist theory as a desperate attempt to deflect blame from Richard Allen. They argue that the symbols are random markings and that the positioning of the bodies doesn't point to a ritualistic element. The jury must navigate a labyrinth of evidence and expert opinions to determine whether the Odinist connection holds any merit. Central to the defense's strategy is the serious allegation that law enforcement and the prosecution have engaged in misconduct. They assert that crucial evidence, which could potentially exonerate Richard Allen, has been deliberately withheld. The defense claims that this suppression of evidence is a direct violation of Allen's constitutional right to a fair trial, a cornerstone of the justice system. Specifically, defense attorneys point to missing data from the phone of Brad Holder, an individual with alleged ties to the Odinist group, which they believe is critical. They argue that Holder's phone records could contain exculpatory evidence, potentially proving Allen's innocence, or at least casting doubt on his guilt. On the other hand, the prosecution maintains that they have fully complied with legal requirements and disclosed all relevant evidence to the defense. The judge will play a pivotal role in determining the validity of the defense's claims, carefully examining the evidence and arguments presented by both sides. If the judge rules that evidence was indeed withheld, it could have significant implications for the trial, potentially leading to a mistrial or even the dismissal of charges. The courtroom remains tense as both sides prepare for this crucial decision, knowing that the outcome could dramatically alter the course of the trial. As the legal battle intensifies, the defense continues to scrutinize every piece of evidence, determined to uncover any potential misconduct. The stakes are high, and the pursuit of justice for Richard Allen hangs in the balance, with the entire legal community watching closely. The admissibility of confessions is a cornerstone of the American justice system. The defense argues that Richard Allen's alleged confessions were coerced due to his mental health issues. They claim that Allen's mental state made him susceptible to making false confessions. Prosecution refutes these claims, stating that Allen's confessions were obtained legally and voluntarily. They argue that Allen was informed of his rights and waived them knowingly. The judge will determine the admissibility of Allen's alleged confessions. Factors such as Allen's mental state and the methods of questioning will be considered. The judge's decision will significantly impact the prosecution's case. The defense's focus on Brad Holder has further muddied the waters of the Delphi murder case. Holder, with alleged ties to Odinism and a previous acquaintance with one of the victims, remains a shadowy figure. Defense attorneys highlight Holder's inconsistent statements and missing phone data as potential evidence. The prosecution argues that the defense is attempting to shift focus away from Richard Allen. They maintain that Holder's inconsistent statements are a result of his own confusion and fear. The judge will decide the relevance of any evidence related to Brad Holder. If allowed, it could open a Pandora's box of speculation and uncertainty. The prosecution in the Delphi murder trial is building their case on irrefutable physical evidence and witness testimony linking Richard Allen to the crime. At the heart of their case is a handgun recovered from Allen's residence. Prosecutors claim that ballistic analysis matches the gun to the bullets recovered from the crime scene. In addition to physical evidence, the prosecution will call witnesses to provide first-hand accounts of Allen's behavior. These testimonies will contribute to a larger picture of Allen's guilt. The prosecution's success hinges on presenting a cohesive and compelling narrative. They must convince the jury that the evidence forms a clear and convincing narrative pointing to Allen's guilt. As the trial of Richard Allen approaches, Delphi, Indiana, finds itself caught between a painful past and an uncertain future. The community prepares to relive the nightmare that left an indelible scar on their collective psyche. The arrest of Richard Allen brought a flicker of hope for justice. However, with the upcoming trial, a new wave of anxiety and uncertainty has washed over the town. The trial represents a quest for justice and a chance for Delphi to begin healing. As the trial unfolds, the nation will be watching, hoping for the truth to finally come to light. The Delphi murder trial transcends the boundaries of a small Indiana town. It has become a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of innocence and the relentless pursuit of justice. The trial carries the weight of expectation for the families of the victims and a nation seeking reassurance. The trial's outcome will impact the national conversation on crime, justice, and technology in investigations. As the trial unfolds, the nation will be watching, hoping for a just resolution. Regardless of the verdict, the Delphi murder trial will leave an indelible mark on the American psyche.